In this video, I will describe the Tech Academy's Video Game Developer Bootcamp. Video games are just code. As a reminder, code is simply instructions written in a specialized format to tell computers what to do. Underneath the characters you move around on the screen are commands written in various programming languages. And at the end of the day, video game consoles, like PlayStation and Xbox, are just computers. Therefore, in order to make video games, you will need to know how to write code. Our Game Developer Bootcamp not only shows you how to utilize the two most popular platforms for creating video games, more on that soon, you will also learn to code in several programming languages. Because an understanding of programming opens the door for you to customize your games, and to add complexity that would not otherwise be possible. The basic software behind computer games and video games is called the game engine. It is the program you use to create your games. The two most popular game engines are Unreal Engine and Unity. Games like Mortal Kombat, Fortnite, Doom, The Witcher, and Final Fantasy are examples of games developed using Unity or the Unreal Engine. So the reason we cover these particular game engines is simple. They are the two most used game engines on Earth. Knowing both prepares you for a wide range of entry-level game development positions. A AAA game is a high-budget, high-quality video game produced by a large studio with significant development and marketing resources, typically costing between $60 million to $200 million or more. Around half of all AAA games were created using Unity or Unreal Engine. Game developer positions are usually either Unity or Unreal Engine, meaning it's unlikely you'll get hired at a company that uses both. We cover both for two reasons: so that you have experience in both of them and so can choose your favorite, and the better you get at one, the better you'll be at the other. There are programming languages that are used in conjunction with Unreal and Unity. These are C++ and C#, which also happen to be two of the most popular programming languages in the world. C is a widely used programming language that was developed between 1969 and 1973. Many other languages have borrowed concepts and technology from C. C++ was created at the beginning of the 1980s and is based on and considered an extension of the programming language C. C# was developed in 1999 by the technology company Microsoft, and it has some similarities to C. It was also meant to be a quote-unquote step up from the programming language C. C++ is the programming language that is used within the Unreal Engine to build and customize games, meaning you will literally write C++ code within the Unreal Engine program. And as you probably guessed, C# performs the same function within Unity. The point is, by not only knowing how to use and navigate these game engines, but also how to write code in the languages they use, you'll be set up well as a game developer. So who is this bootcamp for? Gamers, of course. It's not only for people who enjoy video games and computer games, but those who want to create their own. Students that graduate this bootcamp are not only prepared for entry-level game developer positions, they are set up for junior-level website and software developer jobs as well. On the Game Developer Bootcamp, you will learn 7 in-demand programming languages. Specifically, there are more than 10 courses on this certification program. They cover topics like computer science, which is the study of computers and how they work, programming fundamentals, HTML, the language used to create websites, CSS, the language used to style websites and change their appearance, JavaScript, a popular programming language that can be used to add functionality to websites and that can also create powerful computer programs, the basics of Python, which is one of the most used programming languages in the world, SQL, this stands for Structured Query Language and is simply the language used to work with databases, C# and Unity, C++ and Unreal Engine, version control, which is a tool that tracks changes made to files, helping users work together and go back to previous versions if necessary. Visual Studio, this is a widely used program that you use to write and execute your code inside. Agile and Scrum, which are just fancy names for in-demand project management technologies used in the tech industry. You will learn other tools on your bootcamp as well. You can find the complete list of courses included in this bootcamp on our website. But what it all comes down to is this: everything you learn is based on what employers need and want. We limit the subjects to real-world skills you will actually use on the job. We want you to have a large enough toolkit to succeed long-term in the tech industry. We want you to be a well-rounded game developer who not only can perform basic game development functions, but who is a versatile junior software developer as well. A knowledge of web and software development is essential for any game developer. For example, most games nowadays are connected to the World Wide Web. That's why you'll learn the most used website development technologies on Earth: HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. If you're designing a game that can have an internet connection, welcome to the 21st century, you need this data. Again, the ability to code will raise your value as a game developer. An understanding of coding is vital for any technology worker, as it removes the mystery associated with the tools you interact with daily and puts you in better control of your job. You will learn several programming languages on this bootcamp. The beginning courses on your bootcamp will cover computer and technology basics and coding fundamentals. After that foundation is put into place, you will then complete our game developer courses. To be clear, the first game development course, C# and Unity course, will be the 8th course in your bootcamp. On it, you will learn the fundamentals of C# so you can use this programming language in game development. We also provide students the necessary skills to utilize the game engine Unity for basic game development. C# can also be used to create virtually any type of software imaginable. It is a very powerful and valuable language to know. After C# and Unity training, we will then do our C++ and Unreal Engine course. The purpose of the C++ and Unreal Engine course is to teach students the fundamentals of C++ so they can use this programming language in game development. We also give students the necessary skills to utilize the game engine Unreal Engine for basic game development. Like C#, C++ can also be used to build strong software applications. Even though a lot of data is included in this bootcamp, it will be impossible to describe everything regarding each language and to cover all there is to game development in a bootcamp. For example, there are 4-year game developer degrees. In fact, there are even 4-year degrees to focus on only one element of game development, like computer science. The point is, we cover the basics of each language and subject, enough to where you can perform the most routine tasks, and to the point where you'll be able to pick up any additional needed skills on your own. Yes, the purpose of this bootcamp is to provide you with enough skills, but even more important than that, we want you to be able to learn and solve problems on your own. After all, we won't be there with you at your job. And so the product of the Game Developer Bootcamp is not only a junior level game developer and software developer able to perform the basic duties required of the position, it's a graduate who is able to stay abreast of changes in tech and further educate themselves as needed. On your bootcamp, you'll be trained in front-end and back-end development, where front-end refers to the part of a website or program the user sees and interacts with, and back-end refers to the database and other parts of the program the user doesn't see. You will also be a full-stack junior-level developer. Full-stack refers to the ability to work on every element of the software development process, including creating the software itself, developing the front-end user interface for that software, linking the software to a database, and more. At the end of this program, you will be able to create web applications and desktop applications. This is one of our largest boot camps, and by the end of it, you will have a well-rounded skill set. On it, you will cover almost 900 study hours worth of content and tasks. It can take between 5 and 10 months to complete, depending on your study schedule. If you study 40 hours a week, you could complete in around 22 weeks. Students who put in even more hours can expect to finish even faster, one of the many benefits of a self-paced program. If you purchase access for a specific amount of weeks, but don't finish in that time, you can purchase an extension. And because it's worth repeating, this bootcamp will prepare you for a wide range of entry-level technology positions and put you on the road to your long-term, secure, and lucrative career in tech. The Game Developer Bootcamp is a major undertaking, a serious commitment, and a considerable investment, but it's worth it. If you think this is the bootcamp for you, you can enroll today, and I hope you do. Thank you for your time, and good luck.